You know where to find me. I'm not in hiding. I'm MC Too Tall. I'm the pride of Gravesend.
Illuminati is a thing you need to watch out for. They want to depopulate and slave us so much more. World domination, I'll get into that later. I'm hardcore, fierce and sexy. You're just a hater. You deserve the ridicule because you're an absolute zero. I'm the keeper of the chalice, a rock and roll hero. I'm not an idiot nobody listens to, because I'm not a failure in life like you. Let's talk about the gates and the mark of the beast and the orgies in the streets at the Catholic feasts and Bill and Hillary's human trafficking ring. And George Soros got the money to pay for everything. Socialism is for losers, working for the devil. Chumps that can't fight, they ain't on my level. It takes an evil one to try to debunk and doubt it, so I'd rather die than stop talking about it. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch out for the Illuminati. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch out for the Illuminati. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch out for the Illuminati. Watch out for the Illuminati.
Curtis, you're a fucking scumbag. You sold out fucking New York. How much money did you get? Huh? You're a fucking scumbag. You and your wife. Those 17 fucking cats. You sold out New York, you piece of shit. You're a fucking scumbag, alright? You a fucking scumbag. You piece of shit. That's why you can't look me in the face. You fucking sold out New York. You fucking scumbag. You piece of shit. That's right, walk away. Curtis Sliwa, piece of shit, a fucking sellout. You fucking sell out New York, you fucking scumbag.
You know, there are people going through life believing that if you don't view Curtis Sliwa as your enemy, then you are the enemy. And I call bullshit on that. I totally do. I believe that's a huge hunk of shit. Huge crock of shit. And one big shit show and a distraction. Just like Andrew Cuomo was a distraction. It wasn't Curtis Sliwa that was the wedge. It was Andrew Cuomo that was the wedge. And you got people like David Rem and David Rem's sidekick there, Raul Rivera, that you saw in the clip just now, that want to distract people. They want to split up the conservatives, split up the Republicans, and make it think that it's okay to vote for a failed Democrat governor for mayor of New York City. The mess we're in now with Mamdani is the same mess we would have been in if Andrew Cuomo had won the mayor's race. Instead, this would have been exactly what you see right now. The mess you see all around, and it would have been the exact same thing. Only instead of calling it Mamdani's mess, we would have been calling it Cuomo's mess. Cuomo was a lousy governor. He would have made a lousy mayor. And Curtis Sliwa was 100% spot on when he described him as one who was smacking fannies and killing grannies. A guy that mismanaged COVID that grossly shouldn't be anywhere near an executive office for the rest of his life. For the rest of his life. And you have people that are caving in. Well, we're in a Democrat city. We're surrounded by Democrats. So let's go for the less evil Democrat. They're both evil. You want to go for the lesser of two evils, but you're still going for evil. You want to go with the devil you know versus the devil you don't know, but you're now getting to know, versus an actual guardian angel. And he would have staffed upright. He would have had aces in their places and the right people on the job to do the right thing, to clean up the de Blasio and Eric Adams mess that is now Mamdani's mess. Had Cuomo won, Cuomo would have done nothing to clean up after Adams and de Blasio. And as I said, this would have been a Cuomo mess. Sliwa, if he had won, there would have been no mess. Okay? We're talking about a guy that was endorsed by all 5 heads of the 5 borough Republican parties. Each of the 5 borough Republican Party heads supported and endorsed Sliwa. The greatest mayor of New York in my lifetime, Rudy Giuliani, supported and endorsed Sliwa. The greatest governor in my lifetime, George Pataki, endorsed and supported Curtis Sliwa. So, Sliwa wasn't the wedge. He was the official Republican Party nominee. And you had people like David Reb, who were sore losers. They couldn't drum up the support to lock in the Republican nomination. So instead of backing a fellow Republican, people like him jumped ship and went behind Cuomo. That snake in the grass, that slithering sidewinder, who, when Eric Adams dropped out, scooped up an Eric Adams endorsement, which should tell you that Cuomo's not the guy to vote for. Hey, I'm replacing this shitty mayor, and I got the shitty mayor's endorsement. Does that make sense? You should vote for me because of that. Does that make sense? Think, man, think. This Raul Rivera, the person you saw in the clip before, is now following him around to show what a great hero he is. He's confronting the enemy. And he's barking up the wrong tree. If he was really anti-Mamdani, he and David Rem would have backed up fellow Republican Curtis Sliwa, who was endorsed and backed by the heads of all 5 boroughs of the Republican Party, who was backed by Giuliani and Pataki, who was backed by Nicole Maliotakis, our wonderful congresswoman here, who I'm proud to call my congresswoman, who is backed by our very effective and efficient state senator, Steve Chan, who is backed by the police. Curtis Sliwa, once seen as an enemy of the police, by the police, was backed by the police because his record spoke for itself, and our streets and subways were safe because of the guardian angels. And ultimately the guardian angels worked side by side with the police, and it was seen by the police that Curtis Sliwa is a man that they could trust. We needed somebody like Curtis Sliwa, who despises crime, to take on the crime. Crime in our city was the biggest #1 issue. Public safety was the #1 issue. And people ignored that and said, well, you gotta go with one of these 2 liberals. You gotta go with the liberal that's less radical than the other liberal because we're surrounded by liberals. You go You vote with your heart, not with the odds. If George Washington went with the odds, we'd still be paying taxes to Britain. Okay? We'd be bowing to Charles right now. And whatever fandango mess that Keir Starmer created over there, we would have been knee-deep in over here as well, because we would have been under his rule and his jurisdiction. You go with your heart, not the odds. Imagine you're watching the Rocky movie and they do an alternate plot where Rocky Balboa goes with the odds instead of his heart and begs Mickey to throw in the towel in the first round. We wouldn't have a franchise then, would we? You follow what I'm saying here? So, this Raul Rivera is a blowhard. He's showboating. He's out there, hands his camera phone to somebody. Actually, he does have sophisticated camera equipment, so he hands his sophisticated camera to his helper there and says, "Here, follow me around. Show me being the hero. Standing up against that evil dragon, that evil sellout, Curtis Sliwa." When asked if Curtis Sliwa took a bribe or was on the take, he flat out said no. He didn't give a song and a dance, okay? He didn't dance around the issue. He didn't beat around the bush. He flat out said no when asked about that. Nobody named Soros cut him a check. Nobody named Singham cut him a check. The ACLU didn't cut him a check. The Southern Poverty Law Center didn't cut him a check. He went in from funds of his supporters, myself and my family being among them. So, all this talk of Curtis Sliwa selling out is bullshit. And I think the man should be left alone. People shouldn't be harassing him like this. It's unwarranted. It's uncalled for. It's unnecessary. How dare you try to make a clown show out of one man's serious run for mayor in an effort to make New York City a better place? Let's pick this person that'll have us knee-deep in shit over this person that'll have us knee-deep in shit. Let's ignore the person that'll pull us out of the shit altogether. And when the person with intent to pull us out of the shit altogether loses, let's blame him that one of the guys we supported that would have had us knee-deep in shit didn't win. That does not make sense to me, and never will. Curtis Sliwa did not sell anybody out, okay? And you don't have no inside scoop on things. Stop jerking us around over here. Leave the frickin' guy alone, okay? Now, he said he'll never run again. Now, because he said that, he should never run again because he said that. He should stick to his guns and not run again. But I would work on finding a candidate for mayor now. Actually, we should have, right at the end of the 2025 mayoral election, But if we haven't, let's start looking now for somebody. I mean, we got a decent bench. Vicky Palladino, Ari Kagan, Tina Forte. I would love to see Tina Forte become the first female mayor of New York City. I mean, I've been trying to hit her DMs and tell her, yo, you should run. You should run for mayor. Nicole Malliotakis already ran, but the people were blind and they voted for de Blasio for a second term anyway. There's that. And number two, we need her in her position of Congress right now, so I wouldn't advise Nicole Malliotakis to run for mayor. Tina Forte will be free by then. I would totally support Tina Forte running for mayor. Since she's not running against AOC now, she should consider a mayoral run against Mamdani, because I do believe people will be sick and tired of this douche by then. And he sure is a douche. And so would Andrew Cuomo have been had he won the New York City mayor's race. Let's vote for this mess instead of that mess. And then when our guy loses, let's blame the guy that would have pulled us out of the mess altogether. I keep going over that, and it makes less and less sense. It sounds stupider and stupider and stupider as I try to figure this out. But you have people that are like that. They want to hide behind Andrew Cuomo as if all of a sudden he's a great guy. Tens of thousands of deaths were caused by this man. Senior citizens who would still be alive today if not for him. And you're going to take that risk, play that Russian roulette, and give him an executive position in government again? I voted for Curtis Sliwa in 2021. I voted for him again in 2025. No regret, no remorse. He says he's not running again. I believe that. I hope he sticks to his guns, because it wouldn't be a good look if he decides to run again. And he's a radio host and a civilian. Just leave the guy alone now. Just leave him alone. Respect God. Watch out for the Illuminati. Like, follow, share, comment, subscribe, stay strong. Keep kicking that slang. It's your boy in the building. Hip-hop legend, recording engineer, underground rock and roll hero,